Hello, everybody. This is Dawn from Hitroff Consulting and Business Services. We are located in Northern California, and we assist sole proprietors and small businesses in the areas of consulting, bookkeeping, tax preparation, and notary services. Today is the first in our series of what we're going to be calling coffee break videos. In each of these videos, we will go over specific topics. These topics will be gone over briefly. We will provide you the list in the description box, along with any important links that you might need for your own research. If you would like more detail in reference to any of our coffee break videos, please subscribe to our channel and you will be able to have access to the more detailed videos regarding any of our shorter coffee break videos. Today, we're going to go over the necessary steps that a sole proprietor or small business needs to take before hiring an employee in the state of California and before placing your first job ad for an employee in the state of California. So let's get started. Grab a cup of coffee. Here we go. So the first step you need to do is apply for your federal employer identification number. This is done through the IRS website. Once you've received your federal employer identification number, you're going to go to the EDD website and you're going to apply for your California State Employer Tax Account number. You will need both of these numbers in order to set up your payroll account and for payroll services to pay your withholdings for employees and your employer taxes. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to set up a payroll checking account number. You will not be able to do this until you receive the letters from the IRS showing that you have applied and received your EIN number. The next thing you're going to want to do is set up and research, I should say first, research and then set up either employer payroll a software or a service. You want to look at full service payroll software and or a full service payroll company. The reason you want full service is because they're going to assist you in setting up your employees correctly for withholding purposes and payroll purposes, and they're going to assist you in paying your employee withholdings and your employee taxes. So again, full service is very important. Yes, it will be a little more expensive, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it for you because the reason you're hiring an employee is to take specific tasks off your hand, not put more onto you. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at workmen's compensation insurance. In the state of California, as soon as you hire your first employee, you will need some form of workmen's compensation insurance. It depends on what this employee is going to be doing for your company. The next thing you're going to want to look at is making sure you define what you need this employee for. Doing a job analysis is very important. You can do this at any time. You just need a piece of paper and you're going to write down the needs of this individual. What do you need this individual to do for you? When you do a job analysis, this is going to assist you with putting together the job title, the job description, any procedures that might be necessary in order for this individual to do their job efficiently and effectively. It'll assist you in knowing what the pay requirements are going to be for this individual, and it's going to help you put together a work schedule. Do you need this person part-time, full-time, temporary, seasonal? Um, are they going to work from home? Are they going to work in your office? So a job analysis is going to help you get all of these specifics together because you do not want to misclassify your employee. Short term or long term, this can cause some legal repercussions from you from either the EEOC, federal and or state, or all three entities. And you don't want to have this legality on you. It's just easier to go through and do a job analysis real quick. Don't go pull down a generic job description from the internet when it comes to hiring your employee, because your needs are different from somebody else's. Pulling down a job description will help you maybe in like formatting. But I am going to provide you in the link below a website that is better to assist you in putting together a job description for your needs. And the website is called ONET. But again, I will put this in the description box below. The next thing you're going to want to think about is um, what type of interview or application process are you going to use for this employee? Is it better for you to use a temp agency that will do the interview and application process for you and then send you an employee that meets those specifications, and then all you have to do is train that employee to do the job? Or are you going to do the job application and interview process yourself? And if you do, you need to work on how you can recognize and leave out your own personal opinion when you are interviewing this person, because your personal opinion has nothing to do with that individual performing the duties that's necessary for the job at hand. Um, and a lot of us unconsciously will put our personal opinion in. We do it automatically. We do it on a daily basis when we see someone driving in a car, in a grocery store, or anywhere. We always put our personal opinion when we are viewing an individual. And when you are interviewing a person, potential candidate for a job, you need to leave those personal opinions outside of that equation. The next thing you need to look at is the actual hiring forms and or any specific handouts that are necessary when you have found a candidate that you want to hire. You need to put into place not only the interview process, the application process, but the job offer. Written job offers are best because this is a visual for that individual to review. Again, you're reiterating the company they're working for, the job they are being hired for, what is required of them, their schedule, their pay, if there's a probational period for them in order to receive any potential benefits from the company, and or maybe even a potential raise. Like if you want to hire them at $16 an hour, and then if 90 days they show the independence necessary to perform those duties independently without coming to you continuously for assistance, you might give them a 25-cent raise. But again, these are things you need to look at before you hire the individual, not at the time of hiring an individual. Training. Every employee needs training, regardless of their position, prior experience, or knowledge. Why? Because it's a different job. Even if you're hiring for an administrative assistant and they have 10 years of knowledge and experience in this area, it's still a different job. This is your job. There are specifics that you want done in order for them to perform tasks. So you need to make sure that you can allocate 3 to 7 days, maybe even more, depending on the job they're doing, of job training. Typically, the first day is just getting to know the individual, getting them set up, making sure their work area has all the appropriate equipment and supplies necessary to complete that task. The second day is actually starting that job, teaching them how to do that job according to what you want them to do and how you want them to complete it. So you need to make sure you clear your calendar and you're not being interrupted so that you can train this individual correctly. Um, the next thing you want to look at is any OSHA requirements for your industry. Every single industry has OSHA requirements. So you're going to want to make sure that you look up the requirements for your industry. The next thing you want to make sure that's implemented before you hire is your termination process. Yes, that's crazy to think you need to have a termination process in place before you hire. Why? You never know. It's important to have all of these steps in place before you hire because you need to know the legal repercussions on your side that's going to take place if you do not have these steps in place. There is a proper way to terminate an employee, and you need to make sure that this is in place before you need to terminate an employee. And of course, you never know. This employee might quit on you. They might be a no call, no show. What are the steps that you need to take to make sure that you are still in legal bounds in order to terminate that employee correctly? If they're a no call, no show, how do you terminate the employee? Okay. If they are not following proper procedures, what are the steps you need to take to make sure that you're giving them the appropriate time space? Like, there's a verbal warning, there's a written warning, there's a final warning, and then there's termination. So you need to make sure those steps are into place beforehand. That way, you're following all the legal steps as an employer in the state of California. Um, I I know this was a really quick coffee break video, but again, we do have more detailed videos if you need more detail on any of these specific areas that we've gone over today. I will list the steps in the description box below, along with any appropriate links that you will need for research. If you like these coffee break videos, please subscribe to the channel as we will be posting more coffee break videos in the near future. And again, if you subscribe, you will be able to get updates on the more detailed videos that go with these coffee break videos we are providing for you. I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments below, or you can go to our website and send us any of your questions. Thank you and have a great day.